What is going on, Bitcoin enthusiasts, ScalpX legends? Hopefully you guys are having a phenomenal week. I want to give you guys a quick update on our last Bitcoin predictions, what we're looking at right now, and really speak to the patience side of your trading abilities. This way you have more confidence for those levels to be reached. So let's dive into this together. I want to point your attention towards a daily and just kind of remind you guys that one, we've performed several all-time highs from a wave count perspective utilizing L8 wave thesis. Wave 5 was an advanced wave, which usually calls for a throw over, meaning it just pushes higher than what it was anticipated based on the mathematics. That being said, it makes sense for a ABC correction to start settling in for Bitcoin. And if you were taking part in some of the trades inside of my corner, we were mentioning at some short levels right around the 105,457 benchmark up to the 107. And that's exactly what happened for us. We actually tapped right into those levels, went a little bit higher to some degree, just shy of 107. But when we're inside of this distribution phase, we have to remember that nailing the exact entry level is going to be a little bit more difficult because you're going to see squeezes for high leverages, people that are taking entries at lower time frames, all those different types of reasons. So inside that distribution, there's going to be a range. And if you didn't take advantage of that call, we could see potentially even lower range right now from 103 up to roughly around 105. So if you're not short on BTC right now, I don't know why. We have more to the downside in the sense of liquidity to collect versus going to the upside. We have more unknown, and it would give us more fuel for us to go down to the downside, test some previous highs, then move our way back up. And so that being said, I believe, again, we're inside of an ABC correction right now. It would make sense for us to tap into previous highs. Our first impulse of 3, if you will, for the year would have been right around 74. That was our first all-time high. Coming back and testing those levels would make sense just on trajectory and mathematics and things of that nature. But it's crypto, and sometimes crypto front runs certain positions. So this red box that you see here at the bottom, there's a fair value gap that hasn't been tapped into yet inside of this area. And so there's some confluence when we look at the fair value gap coupled with where there's previous all-time highs. It makes sense for us to get into that area and then to have accumulation. So very similar to distribution, it may be a little bit difficult to pinpoint the exact level that it's going to stop at. Very similar is going to be with accumulation. We're going to get into this box and then we're probably going to move sideways for a little bit before we have another impulse up to the upside and then just restart that count. I'm very bullish on Bitcoin altogether. I don't believe we're inside of a bear market by any stretch of the imagination, if you will, but I believe there is a strong correction that needs to occur in order for us to move higher. So getting into these 100K plus positions, and as far as a short, makes sense to me. I definitely wouldn't be longing from a 100K position and above. I would definitely be looking for longs that are below 100K. As a matter of fact, I'd be looking for longs that are sub 85K, to be quite honest, sweeping previous lows. We are inside of an ABC correction. So this level right over here makes the most sense for me from the mathematics of it. The most recent high that we had to the upside, that would have been a wave B. So everything's lining up as far as why I'm going to be shorting, why those targets make sense. It's just a matter of how long is it going to take for that to occur. And one thing I want to point your attention to is going to be the trend indicator that I like to utilize, and that's going to be a DMI. DMI, the way it speaks to me right now on a daily, is that there's really no dominance from either side. Right? Bulls are just completely out of momentum. They're just laying flat, if you will. And then bears haven't really taken over yet. There's have a couple spikes down to the downside, but we're getting traced back up. And so that really signals towards distribution. The way that it appears right now on a higher time frame, it looks like we're trying to establish that bearish trend. If you come down to lower time frames, such as an hourly, there's a lot of volatility that's really being established on the lower time frame. So that's why it's kind of difficult to get into a position and have conviction and hold on to it for a swing position, and then you get round tripped. So this is why I'm saying just have a little bit more patience with that short. It is going to come to fruition. You just got to massage it in the sense of just waiting. Sometimes you got to walk away from the charts. If we come down to even lower time frames, we can see that we have the same type of volatility. So the volatility is from daily all the way down to hourly. If we go down to even lower time frames, I'm sure we can find some scalp or even intraday positions that are in there, but I'm really focused on the swing. And that's really what I want to highlight for you guys is this is going to be our target. It's just a matter of you getting into the right position. And I think 103, 105, 107, those levels are going to be good levels for you to look into as far as getting into for shorts. If you guys have any questions for me about the setups, the strategies, or at least the thesis that I'm utilizing to come up with these levels, feel free to reach out to me. Or I have a better idea. We have our ScalpX Academy that's rolling out in February, coming here in next couple days, and I'm super excited to work with you guys one-on-one. We'll have multiple different opportunities to dive into your strategy with key video lessons for each and every one of those, and even tailored videos just for you. So feel free to check it out inside of our ScalpX Academy corner. I'm looking forward to you guys being there. Other than that, hopefully this information served you well. Have a great week. Be profitable, be safe. I'll catch you soon. Peace.